What's up guys, it's Mathilda, obviously, and you know that because you're on my channel, and today I'm going to address a few myths and misconception of what it means to be a transgender woman. I am trans, as the majority of you know, M to F, which means male to female, which means that I was born in a male body. However, I then ended up transitioning into the person I am today, so hi. And today I'm going to address a ton of myths and misconceptions about trans women. So that is what we're going to do today. But before we get into this video, don't forget to follow me on my socials. They're all down below. All the links is down below. Fun time. And also don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You know, click it. Click that subscribe button. It's all down below. I have a major goal in 2021 to reach 100k. So you would really help a girly out by clicking that subscribe button. So, you know, click it, you're done. Thank you. So now let's get into this video. So I have all of the misconceptions and stereotypes about trans people here on my phone, and we're just going to get through them and talk a little bit about each. So the first myth about trans women are that we are all cross-dressers or drag queens, and I just want to talk a little bit about this. This is a very common belief that a lot of people have, that trans women are in fact men and that they are cross-dressing. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. However, cross-dressers are people putting on women's clothing and do cross-dressing, and drag queens do the same, but they also put on a show. However, they still identify with their birth. Trans women are women. We identify as women, so that is the difference. That is the big difference. And a lot of people believe that all trans women, myself included, are just men putting on dresses, which is not at all the case. I mean, I identify as woman, which makes me a woman. And I just want to let you know that you don't have to undergo a medical transition in order to be a trans woman. You just have to identify as a woman in order to be trans. And I also want to add that a trans umbrella is like huge. There are so many different types of trans people, and that kind of ties into the next myth, and that is that we're all the same, which is not at all the case. I'm a trans woman, a transsexual, which means that I was born in the wrong body and then I wanted to transition in order to be my authentic self. However, you don't have to have all of the surgeries in order to qualify as a transsexual person. However, that is what I did. I had my bottom surgery, I had breast augmentation, and I had hormone replacement therapy in order to feel like myself. However, you don't have to have all of that in order to qualify as a transsexual person. However, I did. There are also so many different types of trans people. I mean, there are non-binary people, there are those people that are intersex, gender fluid. I mean, the term transgender can be put on so many different types of people, so we're not all the same. You don't have to have all of the surgeries or any of the surgeries in order to qualify as a trans person, so we're not all the same. Next myth is we choose to be transgender, which is like stupid. I mean, a cisgender person didn't choose to identify as the gender they were born as. They just like did. That is the same thing with trans people. I didn't choose. I didn't wake up one day and I was just like, I want to be trans. That is not at all what it's all about. Obviously, it just happened. I was born into the wrong body, and in my entire life I've always felt that something was not right with me, and I knew from a very young age that this wasn't right. I needed to transition in order to be happy, so that is what I did. I didn't choose to be transgender, and this is actually one of the most stupid myths I've ever heard. Like, why would I choose this? Why would I choose to have all of the painful surgeries and to be hated by society? Why would I choose this life? I didn't choose this, the same as you didn't choose to identify as the gender that you are. So yeah, next myth, and that is we either have every single surgery or none of them, which kind of ties into we're all the same. Obviously, every person is different. Some people don't want to have the bottom surgery and some people want to have the bottom surgery. For me, I needed to have the bottom surgery in order to be happy, in order to be my authentic self. However, that is not at all the case with every single trans woman out there. We're all different, as I said before. And this is like a common myth that either you have like every single surgery, like facial feminization surgery, bottom surgery, breast augmentation, like every single surgery there is, or we don't have any of the surgeries, and that kind of ties into people believing that we are cross-dressers. And what should I tell you? We're all different. Like, if you don't want to have all of the surgeries, don't have the surgeries. And if you want to have the surgeries, like, fine for you, that's great. Like, I've never had facial feminization surgery and I probably never will. And so yeah, we're all different and that's okay. Next thing is we have fake looking vaginas that can't orgasm, which is, what should I tell you? I mean, we had a vaginoplasty and that kinda per se gives us a vagina. So I don't have a fake vagina, I just have a vagina. What should I tell you? I had a vaginoplasty which created a vagina for me. And it doesn't look fake. It doesn't. There are pretty great doctors out there and they do a pretty great job. So it doesn't look fake. It doesn't. And I can still orgasm if that's something that you're wondering about. But this is a pretty common narrative that transphobes make, that our vaginas are so fake and we can't orgasm and it's fake looking and everything like that. And that is a myth. It's a very common myth. So yeah. Now, last myth for today, and this is actually a myth amongst trans people or like trans women. You have to be straight in order to be a trans woman. I just want to let you know that you don't have to be straight in order to be trans. Sexuality and what you identify as is not the same thing. I mean, I just happen to like men and also identify as a woman. However, you can still identify as a woman and like women, which makes you a lesbian. And you don't have to be straight in order to be a trans woman. I've heard from so many trans women being like, I don't like men. Am I still a trans woman? Like, yes. You do you, boo. You do you. You just like women and that's totally fine. You're just a lesbian. That's great, Ashley. Like, kind of wish that was the case for me. No, but all jokes aside, but kind of, you know, men. No, kidding. All jokes aside, but honestly, you know, great. You do you, boo. And we're all different. There's not like one rule book in order to be trans. So yeah, but I think that was every single myth or misconception for this video. But yeah, if you like this video, please give it a like, comment, subscribe, and also hit the little bell icon to get future notifications whenever I post. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.